I am humbled with this opportunity to address you today, as we reflect at a resting point on our journey, not only looking forward to the future, at all that we have yet to achieve, but to recognize all that we have accomplished these past 4 years together. This honor and title is not solely mine to claim. There are many who have been by my side, helping me and encouraging me since before day one. This celebration is just as much a recognition of my hard work as it is of their support and love. Mama, thanks for letting me bloom, for your wisdom for your womb, for the roof over my head, for my shoes for my bed. For the most important lesson in life was when you said, strive for what you believe in, set your goals and you could achieve them. Thanks for the days you kept me breathing when my asthma was bad and my chest was wheezing. While the words belong to Jay-Z, the sentiment is all mine. I love you, Mom, and I hope to continue to work hard to make you proud of the man that I am becoming, so that you can rest easy at night, knowing that your baby is all right. Believe me when I say, Mama, that I'm going to do big things in this world, if for nobody else but you. Thank you, Dad, for raising me up strong and proud, for it truly takes a man to raise a man. Thank you to so many dedicated educators who too often go unnoticed, but whose work is vital and deserving of the same prestige as any Nobel laureate or Pulitzer Prize winner. I will always remember the puns my band instructor would make, inspired by the title of whatever chart we were playing. Whoever knew that what the world really needs now is correct rhythm and intonation. To these teachers, I say thank you. Thank you, Mr. Nadpan, for teaching me the value of swing. Thank you, Mr. Stockham, for teaching me the value of integrity. Thank you, Mrs. Awad, for teaching me the value of perseverance. And to the late Mr. Sariano, thank you for teaching me the value of passion. Your legacy lives on in the fabric of San G, as you are remembered as an educator, a coach, a mentor, and a friend to all who are blessed to have known you. Thank you to my tutor, Miss Cynthia DePello, for teaching me that with every new person you meet comes a new perspective. Thank you for teaching me that dyslexia is a gift that 1 in 5 children have, most of whom are denied the opportunity to reach their fullest potential due to the constraints and shortcomings of educational legislature. Progress has been made, but there is still much work to be done to ensure that every child is able to use their gifts to their fullest capacity. Not all educators are in the classroom. Thank you to the Cal State San Bernardino Gear Up program for being by most of our side since the 7th grade. Thank you to Ms. Megan Mascara for making the Gear Up room feel like home. You and the rest of the dedicated staff are truly family, and Sanji's class of 2020 are truly blessed to have you, both as a coach and a cheerleader, as we've navigated the path upstream towards a higher education. Thank you to anyone who I ever shared the pool deck with, or who I had the pleasure of making music with during the countless hours of rehearsal. Thank you to my academic team and advisors, a team that I know will never stop except in the name of love, and a team that will be by my side in both sickness and in health. The Spartan class of 2020 has done some amazing things over the last 4 years. Our senior year, the pool deck roared as we watched boys water polo advance to the second round of CIF for the first time in more than 5 years. Our junior year, we packed the stadium as we watched our football team become CIF champions. Our sophomore year, we cheered on the cheerleaders as they went to state, placing first in the large varsity category, along with winning the Champions Award. Our freshman year, we marched alongside band as they placed 6th out of more than 24 bands in the semifinal round before going on to the California State Band Association finals where they placed 7th. If there is anything high school has taught us, it is that you get what you put in. A fool can starve at a feast, while a wise man can make a feast out of a loaf of bread. Let us keep this mentality going forward. May we continue to rely on each other for strength, just as we have always done. Let us not forget the friends, acquaintances, colleagues, family, and mentors we have made. More importantly, let us not forget let us not forget those who are not here with us today, whether it be because their lives were not valued by an officer in uniform, or because the government did not see it imperative that gun legislation be in place, or if they had to leave school to work or support their families. May we continue to work to solve the social ills that have denied them this honor that they so deserve. May we strive for better, just as we have been doing for the last 4 years. May we continue to work together as our strength lies in our unity. In the words of the late Martin Luther King, if you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But by all means, keep moving. Let the momentum gained not be lost or forgotten as we celebrate this moment. Congratulations to all the class of 2020, I wish you the best of luck wherever your ambitions may lead you. I leave you with the words of the late Nipsey Hussle: the marathon continues. I pray for your health, your safety, and that you stay grounded in what really matters as we reflect and move forward after this moment of celebration. God bless.
Hello everyone. My name is Henry Liu, and I am one of your class of 2020 valedictorians. It is my great honor to stand here today and speak to you all. When I think back on high school, the first thing that comes to mind is a roller coaster. There we were, tiny freshmen, strapping ourselves in for a hectic 4-year ride. Little did we know, this would be one of the toughest yet most fun and exciting rides of our lives so far. Our high school roller coaster. It had twists, it had turns, it had crazy 360-degree loops, and it had even crazier drops. I'm glad that we made it through together. I'm not gonna lie, in the moment, our high school ride felt like forever, and like it would never end. That we had all the time in the world to procrastinate on that math assignment, or English essay, but in retrospect, that time flew by. Our roller coaster throws lots of loops and lows at us. I know we all had our lows on this ride, where we were down and disheartened from failing a test, losing a game, and even struggling with unhealthy relationships. We also had our loops, where the unexpected occurs out of nowhere, and we had to figure it out, like when school moved online and all of our activities were canceled. Nevertheless, we all found the strength to experience these moments and persevere with vigor and hope. I'm so proud of each and every individual of our class, and I'm inspired by our potential and the paths that we will lead in this world. Class of 2020, we are strong, we are personable, and we are dreamers. We can overcome any loop that the world throws at us. Personally, I'm happy about how my high school roller coaster ride has gone. Some of the lows of my ride were filled with blazing through homework assignments, the period right before they were due, and staying up late at night to finish assignments, or to further procrastinate and do nothing but binge TV shows. One of my most trying times was trying to balance school with the death of multiple family members in close temporal proximity. I learned a lot about myself in that moment. Thankfully, these loops and lows were all balanced by the highs of pure bliss, happiness, and friendship that I have experienced. I'm thankful for the friends that I have made and for the kindness that people have shown me. I will not ask for a better adventure. Now here we are on our final loop. This loop was quite unexpected. We couldn't wait for it, mask our feelings, but I think that this was a blessing in disguise. We weren't able to celebrate entirely, yet we did, as our community came together to show their love for all of us and tried their best to help us have the best senior year with the given circumstances. Thank you to all our community members. You know, I tend to wonder what we learned from high school that is actually important and relevant in the real world. Now, with the blatant racist police violence and police brutality, the racist public health inequities, and the many other systemic issues, especially against the Black community, I clearly see why we learn these lessons in school and why they are so critical to us. What may seem irrelevant and random, like those history lessons about the Civil War and books like Native Son, are actually deeply ingrained within our racist history and knowledge. We learn these facts to not just know, but to teach us how to challenge how we think and to challenge what we see in society. As valedictorian, I feel that it is important to use my platform to bring these issues to light. Racism cannot stand. For hundreds of years, African Americans and people of color have been wrongly and inhumanely treated. Unfortunately, the Black community has had to bear the brunt of all of this oppression, and now it is time for all people of color and for white people to stand in solidarity with them as allies. There is no middle ground on human rights. I urge each and every one of us individuals to challenge ourselves, educate ourselves about these issues and the root of all of this pain, trauma, and suffering. And then we can begin to challenge our own understanding of racism and oppression. Only then can we confront and change the systems and institutions that we see every day. Now I have one final high school homework assignment for y'all. Don't worry, there's no test or grade, but it's for our first step into understanding the real world. Please, continue this conversation. Be critical of the world around you. Vote. run for office, and understand your impact on our policymakers. We must continuously and actively fight to bring an end to systemic racism. Finally, I want to express my deep gratitude for all the support from our families, friends, and teachers. Thank you for the guidance and love that you have shown us these many years. Thank you, friends, for the awesome and laughter-filled memories that we shared. Thank you, teachers, for nurturing our minds and selflessly dedicating your lives to helping us better ourselves. And to my family, 谢谢你们陪着我成长。谢谢爸爸，您教了我怎么用我双手发挥我的创造力。谢谢妈妈，您的爱和照顾，以及分享您的运动热爱。谢谢姐姐们，你们跟着我站在一起，玩得开开心心。我知道我们不会常说，但我真心的爱你们。Now it's time for us to strap back into the next roller coaster of our lives. Get ready, and good luck. Off we go. Congratulations, Class of 2020. Thank you.
Hello. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jeffry Umana, and I'm extremely honored and humbled to be able to address the San Gorgonio Graduating Class of 2020 as one of 3 valedictorians. The last 4 years of high school, I've spent all my time hoping, wishing, and dreaming of this moment. Now that it's finally here, in whatever form that may be, I can't help but feel a rush of emotions. Everything that I have done, everything that we have done as a graduating class, comes down to this moment. This is what dreams are made of. I want to first take a moment to thank all those who have delivered me to this moment. Thank you to God for giving me the wisdom and courage to weather the storm. Thank you to my friends for giving me a second family and a constant source of happiness even when a smile seemed impossible. Thank you to my educators, from my teachers to advisors to administrators. You have all changed my life forever and molded me into a confident and determined young individual. Thank you for transforming my inner city high school into a premier learning institution. Because of you, the class of 2020 has proven to the world that yes, San Bernardino can. Finally, and most importantly, I would like to thank my family, but in the language that raised me and formed me. Gracias a mis padres por su inquebrantable apoyo, confianza y amor por mí. Gracias por las noches largas de trabajo, por aguantar las manos rotas, las espaldas dañadas y pagos bajos para ver a su niño vestido de toga y birrete. Papá, gracias por enseñarme lo que significa cuidar de una familia, por enseñarme la perseverancia, valentía y el valor de la educación sobre cualquier otra cosa. Eres mi héroe. Mamá, en primer lugar, gracias por la increíble comida. Al irme a la universidad, mi primera pregunta es, ¿y ahora qué voy a comer? Pero en serio, mamá, gracias por darme el mundo, por enseñarme cómo amar, cómo vencer y cómo esforzarme a ser mejor de lo que fui ayer. Gracias a mi hermana Génesis por ser mi rayo de sol, mi mejor amiga. Ser tu hermano es mi cosa favorita en este mundo. Y a mi bisabuela en el cielo, gracias mamá Tila por darme todo tu amor y hacerme sentir como el rey del mundo. Las lecciones que tú me enseñaste me seguirán por toda mi vida. Most of you, my fellow graduates, know me as the kid who always spent his time in ASB, had great relations with the staff, or as the annoying kid with too much to say about politics and not much of a social life. Before we part ways to our individual destinies, I want to take this moment to share one critical part of my story that most of you know nothing about, in an attempt for you to understand me and hopefully each other better. I am a dreamer. I am a young immigrant American from El Salvador striving to complete the American dream. I have lived my life in fear. While we sat in our classrooms, I feared that I would come home to an empty house. When you all talked about FAFSA, I counted my coins on my bed trying to figure out how to pay for college. My future is anything but set. Every day we'll have to fight a billion times harder to make up for the wrong birth certificate. And even still, despite all the challenges I face as the government uses my life and millions of others as bargaining chips, I now have a greater appreciation for why we're known as dreamers. Citizenship or not, it takes hope, resiliency, and the ability to harvest the power of dreams to be an American. No one has all 3 better than America's immigrants. I spent my life in the shadow, but today, as fearful as I may be, I step out into the light and claim my power. Today, I recognize that this achievement is not just mine. It belongs to the millions of dreamers locked out of opportunities. It belongs to immigrant parents who carry this country on their backs just to be painted as the demise of America. And to all those dreamers and immigrants, I ask you to find solace in the words of the late Maia. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust, I'll rise. The worth of human life, the gift of education, the majesty and divinity of humanity is not to be based on a birth certificate or a social security number. Today I tell this nation that I love with all my heart, ask for my papers, and I'll show you my diploma. As we prepare to enter the world and forge the future of our nation, let us not forget the millions of immigrants that kept America moving. Let us not forget the beautiful Black Americans taken from us too soon because an officer betrayed their oath to serve and protect. Let us not forget the powerful Native American whose land we occupy and destroy. Let us not forget the powerful women surrounding us who are more deserving of a seat at the table and the White House than any man. I ask you today to abandon the hunt or be hunted mentality. And instead, I ask you to find power in our marginalization. As you embark on your journey as a member of our society, I ask that you listen to each other, empower each other, and fight for a better future together. Progress comes not from any individual politician, nor does it come from a political party. It comes from finding and using our power as the people of this nation. As you enter the main fray of our society, do your due diligence. Go out there and march, protest, fight for what's right, and vote. The time that I spent at San Gorgonio High School is a time I will remember forever. From early mornings for academic competition, to late-night rally setups with ASB, to long conversations with Mr. Watt and Mr. Smith about everything from Napoleon to my weekly existential crises. The experiences I have lived within these halls were transformative. San Gorgonio is more than just a school. It's home. I am so proud to always carry blue, black, and white in my heart. I am so honored to have walked the same halls as you, class of 2020. I am so proud of all you have accomplished, and I am so excited to see what you do for our world. I leave you all with these words. Love wildly, even if it means being broken sometimes. It's better to feel hurt than feel nothing at all. Be relentless. The world is scary, but the carousel never stops turning. So fight with everything you've got every single day. And finally, treat people with kindness. Congratulations, San Gorgonio class of 2020.
Before I say anything, I just want to thank my friends and family for helping me push through these past 4 years because it was hard. And I'd also like to thank all the staff because they each played a part in enriching our high school experience. It was very hard to start writing the speech because these speeches are supposed to be motivational and they're supposed to help our class look to the future. However, I was very unmotivated and I was scared of what the future would hold. But then I noticed something very important. Whenever I went on social media, I saw all my peers educating each other on the pandemic, chastising each other when we weren't being safe enough, and supporting each other when one of us felt like caving under the stress. And then when the protests began, we united even more. All of us united under one banner saying Black Lives Matter. And I looked around me in wonder and I thought, these are the people I spent the last 4 years with. These are the people I shared my first rally with. The same people who silently stood with me to recognize that it could have been us to have died in a school shooting. And the same people who dragged themselves onto campus after all-nighters with me, trying to finish these projects. The point I'm trying to make here is that I've witnessed all of us overcome our hurdles. Whether they be the general ones or the personal ones, we've gotten through it. We're still standing here today. And I'm so proud of what we've become over the past 4 years that we spent together. I am proud of us, class of 2020. What I'm about to ask of you is no big deal because I've seen you do it already. Jake, I ask you guys to keep going, to keep fighting for what you believe is right. Keep pushing yourselves to see what tomorrow brings because you'll strive to make it better than yesterday. I know you can do that. You've done it last year, you're doing it now, and you're going to do it next year. It's no big deal. It's nothing the class of 2020 can't handle. So, yeah, that's my message to you, fellow graduates. By the power invested in me, I bestow upon you my wisdom. Keep going. Remember to be kind, be patient, and listen. I know you can.
I give my virtual greetings and congratulations to the class of 2020 and to the parents and guardians and other family members who have been there for every one of us. I want to start off by saying that I'm not better than any one of my peers, and that if it were not for the efforts of others, then I truly would not be here at all. I'm a normal person giving a speech, but just in a white cap and gown. Throughout these last 4 years, I owe so much to my closest friends, classmates, and teachers for a myriad of reasons. So, to keep to the time limit, here is my condensed version. Thank you to the 3 A's of calculus for lending me multiple hands throughout the year when I wasn't able to grasp the idea of implicit differentiation among dozens of other topics in calculus. Thank you to my junior, Kaylee, for always being there for me in Spanish when I had no one to partner up with and practice Spanish with. Thank you to the 3 people who particularly stood out to me in biology freshman year and inspired me to be a little bit more outgoing. And those people are Isabella, Brianna, and Jason. And of course, to a certain short-statured AP Euro teacher who taught me how to work hard and smart at the same time. And to our favorite gray-haired senior A-Push and Gov teacher, who you two have impacted me and countless others in such a great way. I humbly thank you. To my academic family, the past 2 years have truly been quite the wild ride, and I will never forget those moments of scrambling through speeches and navigating strange campuses as we enter the age of Aquarius. Cha mẹ, con không thể nào đền ơn cho tất cả mà cha và mẹ đã hy sinh để nuôi 2 đứa chúng con, dù không có bao nhiêu. Con biết rằng cha mẹ sẽ luôn luôn giúp đỡ, dạy dỗ và ủng hộ con. Trong vài tháng nữa con sẽ đi xa, mà mẹ cha đừng có lo nhiều quá nha. Bây giờ con phải cố gắng để đền ơn công lao của cha mẹ. Con cảm tạ cha mẹ. And to my sister Lynn, thank you for being the extra pillar of support that I could lean on when everyone else was stumped with a question or a problem that I had. You are truly a source of inspiration and a role model to me, no matter how much we annoy each other. And now, perhaps a few words of encouragement. I am probably the messiest person you'll ever meet. I get nervous easily, I overthink, and I almost always ask for help for the smallest things, like whether or not I should eat the monthly special or play it safe and eat orange chicken for lunch. Basically, what I'm saying is that literally the whole world is waiting for every one of your contributions. It's up to you on how to do it, and it's not about grades and essays and tests out there. And even though this is cliche, you should always do the right thing. Get out there and change the world. Let's make it so that we are all able to have true equal opportunities to make it in life. Because we cannot stand here and do nothing when there are people whose lives are unjustly being taken away solely because of their skin color in this day and age. We cannot stop in the face of a challenge, and our only option is to grow stronger, because we are invincible. Thank you, and once again, congratulations, class of 2020. Plus ultra, further and beyond.